I'm by myself. Half my face is red, half my face is blue. My red-faced cohort didn't watch this movie. So, shocker, someone didn't do their homework. But there's been times I haven't done my homework, so I guess it's time. I saw this movie today, so it's fresh on my mind. I'm going to talk about The Night House. You've seen our trailer reaction for it, and if you haven't, you should go back and watch that now, because the trailer, even just the trailer for this is nuts. And then I'm getting ahead of myself, but we'll talk about the movie in just a second. It was released at Sundance on January 24th, 2020. It was released in theaters just days ago, August 20th, 2021. It was directed by David Bruckner, written by Ben Collins and Luke Piotrowski. Oh, I did good on that one. Produced by David S. Goyer, Keith Levine, and John Zoyce. Rotten Tomatoes, thus far, critic score of 85%, audience 66%. And then as of today, the box office score is 2,869,000. I couldn't really find a budget on this, and it's weird because I couldn't find a lot of stuff on this. Like, I feel like a lot of people didn't even know this movie was coming out, because a lot of movies you can Google, like, whatever the movie is, and it'll have a release date. This one just kind of snuck up on everyone, I think. But it fits in with the weirdness that is this movie. Like all the new movies we do, I'm not going to give too much away, but you've got this woman whose husband just died, suicide. He went out onto their New York lake house, went onto the lake with a canoe, shot himself naked in the canoe, which, you know, as you do, I guess. And then weird stuff starts happening around her in her home. She comes to find out that her husband wasn't exactly who she thought he was. And I'll leave that, because there's a weird twist in there as far as that goes. But she does find some weird things, such as a reverse floor plan for their home. And in turn, finding a reverse home of their home. Stuff gets weirder and weirder. She finds weirder and weirder things about her husband, and then weirder and weirder things about herself. So I know that's vague, but there is so much happening in this movie. I can't even tell you if I liked it or not. I think I did. I enjoyed watching it. I'm still a little confused at the end of it. But I believe that was intentional, because there are twists galore in this movie. I will say that certain parts of it were a little predictable, but the twists that you did get were crazy. And there's not a ton of jump scares in this movie, but there is one that scared the living daylights out of me. And I went to see the movie, and we were thinking we were the only ones in the theater, and then 5 minutes later, this old couple comes in, and they were snoring and sleeping through this movie, but I think the jump scare got them, as it got me. So there are, like I said, just twists and turns that are just crazy in this movie, but the bummer is some of them don't make sense, and you don't necessarily get those answers that you were hoping for. I'm actually going to look into some YouTube videos tonight where they explain the movie, because basically I just need it explained. I don't totally know what happened at the end of it, but that being said, it wasn't really a disappointing ending. I wasn't disappointed by the end. It was a good ending, but I just don't understand what happened. So as long as you don't mind that, I would suggest giving this movie a try, because there is just so much in it that will have you invested from the beginning until the end. Just craziness, cuckoo bananas throughout this whole movie. If you have seen it, let me know what you think. Drop a comment. Don't spoil anything for anyone. If you want to talk about it with spoilers, you can Facebook us, Instagram, email. Just let us know what you think if you have seen it. With that being said, scare you later, YouTube.